know, Adam, correct me if I quote you wrong here, but I remember a line that'll always stick with me. It was on the walkout for the rematch fight, Dave Allen. I think he said, always a bridesmaid, never the bride. I love that line. And now we're seeing Dave Allen. He's got his big fight. Just how excited. You've seen the highs, you've seen the lows of Dave Allen's career. How excited are you for him and for October 11th in Sheffield?
A fight for him, dangerous fight, and with a huge puncher who's proved himself in and amongst the world's best. And Dave, I think, was just wanting a British title fight. Of course, we now know that TKV and Fraser Clark are going to have that. So Dave had to go a slightly different route. I think Eddie put a load of big names in front of him, and this is the one that landed. I think Dave is a great he's a great figurehead, a great ambassador for boxing, for British sport. I think he's brilliant. The fact that he's gone through these tough times, he's lost, what, 7 fights. He didn't win a belt until he beat Johnny Fisher. It's extraordinary. And always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And still, after he won that belt in the copper box in that terrific performance, he lost it a couple of days later. I think he hit it under the stairs and the kids nicked it or something. So he's just great, Dave. I've enjoyed being on commentary with him. He's really come through in a very positive way in the last sort of 24 months under Jamie Moore and Nigel Travers. And I think that he's believing in himself now. He's got himself fit, not just fit physically, but mentally. And I think he believes he can have a go with anyone. He's got that terrific humour and can laugh at himself and can say, "What am I doing in there with these sort of names?" But why not? He was being linked with Deontay Wilder, and he almost thought it was a misprint. But why not? It's fantastic. He's going to sell out Sheffield. Everybody loves Dave Allen, and he's there to make money. What's he, 33 or something now? He's becoming a good commentator. He's a very good corner manager, trainer, coach as well. He's inspiring a lot of young people in the Yorkshire area. And I think that it's fantastic what he's done. I thought he did beat Johnny out in Saudi. He didn't get the decision. He got it right, obviously, in London. And onwards. Would I like to see him fight for a British title? Yes, I'd love to see him maybe get his hands on a Lonsdale belt. But this business is about money. And he knows that if he wins in October, then and he makes a statement, then he's right in the mix. And we're talking big, life-changing money if he can do that. And Dave Allen would never have thought, having had those defeats, that he'd be in this position. So yeah, I think it's great that he's got himself. The most important thing is not who he's fighting and what's happening in October. The most important thing is that Dave Allen is happy. He's a happy fighter and a happy human being. And he's had his difficulties, and I really salute him. I admire him a huge amount, and I admire him for taking on such a dangerous fight. Will he win it? That's a big question mark. It's a huge mountain to climb physically, Makhmudov, and with the power he possesses as well. But we know he's been beaten a couple of times, so there is the opportunity. He's in front of his home fans. He's been talking to Naz about doing some sort of ring walk. I don't know whether it'll be on a magic carpet or through a waterfall or on a car or flipping into the ring. I'm not sure that's Dave Allen's style, but it'd be great to do something. He's always wanted that homecoming. And the British boxing fans will be hoping it's a successful homecoming. But look, I think for Dave, he wanted somebody to get himself up for it. And so he trained really, really hard. A little bit like Dillian White with Moses Town, where he's got something to prove here. And I think Dave Allen knows if you put him in with an average heavyweight, maybe he wouldn't bother, but he's got the fear. So the fear will bring the best out of him. Will he be good enough to do it? I'm sure Dave will tell you. I don't think he even knows. So let's wait and see. But yeah, it should be a fantastic fight night on what's a great schedule on the Zone in the autumn. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. Obviously, we've got a Tama White. I'm taking a quick holiday break, but the Altrincham show is wonderful. The Frank Warren, Jack Rafferty, and Mark Chamberlain fight is a cracker. September the 6th. It's off to Sunderland, Pat McCormack. You've got September the 13th with Crocker Dodham and the rematch. It just doesn't stop. And we know already we're going back to Scotland, which is fantastic, with Nathaniel Collins and Reece Lynch and all those guys. And yeah, I'm really excited about what's ahead. Obviously, we've got the Eubank Ben rematch announced. So DAZN it's going to be absolutely cram packed. And we just had the news about Ben Shalom and the deal with the BBC. And congratulations to Ben. I worked with him at Sky, and yeah, that's terrific for boxing. So yeah, look, we're all loving the sport at the moment. It's in a great place. His Excellency has turned the whole sport on its head. He's brought this landscape out, the best are fighting the best. We've got Canelo Crawford to look forward to as well. We've had the women's night with MVP and Jake Paul. The Ring magazine has become the place to go for your news, for the sponsorship of the fights, for their events in all these eclectic places. It's just brilliant. And yeah, I have been in the sport a long time, and I've seen many peaks and troughs and many different chapters, I guess, in the storybook. But it's great to have a new one, a fresh one, and it feels like that. It feels like boxing's back in a really exciting place. GBM are back soon in a few weeks' time as well. And I like helping Izzy and Mitch and the guys on that. And yeah, DAZN's going to be cram packed for the rest of the year. So we're going to be busy, and Andy and I will be taking the voice of boxing all around on our YouTube channel. And yeah, we're very, very excited about what lies ahead in the next few months. But yeah, I'll see you out in Saudi. All roads lead to Italma White. Don't forget Nick Ball and everyone else on the card. Great fight as well, Hergovic and Adelaide too. So yeah, lots to look forward to.
Definitely. Our last two, just before I let you go. You did obviously touch on the Ben Shalom deal. I just want to say, as boxing fans, we're obviously treated. There's so many fights since the ring, since His Excellency came involved, the zone as well. But for this next generation, I remember you telling me a story in December, the Jack Bates and Danny Quarterman, on kind of even a young boy watching boxing, being a fan, and eventually getting into it. Having boxing on Freeview television on a Saturday night, how good is that for the next generation of boxing fans and children growing up in the UK?
Yeah, of course. When I was a young kid, I wanted to be a commentator on BBC, right? There was only a few channels there. It's accessible. It's bar the license is free, right? So it's got to be good. And anything that is going to elevate names and our sport is great for the fighters and for the fans. That's my priority. It's fighters and fans. Fighters, we wouldn't be anyone without them. So it's all about them. How's it going to work on the BBC? Well, how many shows are they going to get? All of those, I think, details still to be announced. Fraser Clark and TKV rumored to be the first at the end of September. They'll need a number of shows to keep regular fights, because obviously Ben had his stable on Sky. Where does Sky go here? What does it mean for TNT? There's a lot of things to be answered still, but BBC, of course, has got the name and the standing, especially for people sort of my generation. I mean, my kids, they take their consumption in different ways. Different streaming ways, different sort of quick ways now. I'm not sure the last time my kids sat down and watched a couple of hours on BBC or ITV or Channel 5. But boxing's been on Channel 5 getting big numbers. No doubt BBC will have big numbers. I think it's a fantastic thing for the sport that Ben has managed to strike a deal to get BBC back interested after what, 25 odd years on the TV side. They've been very good on the radio side, BBC Radio with Bunsey and Barry and Roy McIntosh and the team. And yeah, I mean, I'm with the Talksport guys. So it's a slight rivalry, but and Talksport obviously it's a bit like Sky. It's all in. We get so many hours of talking sport, which is fantastic. BBC, it's a little bit more streamlined. They have their spots, but when their spots hit, they get big audiences. So anything that's wide for the sport, Netflix are involved now. Why are these channels picking boxing? They're not picking necessarily other sports. They're taking our sport, and our sport is now there to be enjoyed. There's no doubt that DAZN is the home of boxing, with Eddie, with Frank, with so much, with GBM, with Oscar De La Hoya, with everything that goes on almost week in, week out. There's a fantastic night of boxing. So I'm glad to be right there in the heart of it with DAZN. But of course, it's fantastic. It was disappointing when the Sky Boxer deal ended, and we wait to see Sky's next move, because I'm sure Sky was there for nearly 30 years, and we were in boxing every year. I'm sure Sky have got plans as well. So think about it. BBC, Sky, maybe TNT even. DAZN, you got the two big boys with Frank and Eddie, and obviously Netflix and Channel 5 and everything else. So very interesting times. And all in all, good for fighters and good for fans, Max.
Definitely. Now, last one before I let you go. I don't think there's been a time I've interviewed Adam without bringing this man's name up, but he's just so polarizing. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. I just got a notification about half an hour ago saying that Eddie said that he is probably the most likely next opponent for Anthony Joshua. What do you make of it?
It's what I mean. Expect the unexpected in this mad sport. I loved working with Logan and KSI back in 2019. I think it was. I didn't think I would. I thought it would be a load of rubbish. It was great fun. They're fantastic characters. They're brilliant businessmen, and that's what Jake Paul is. But not just a brilliant businessman. He's a boxer. He's had a number of fights. I know people are saying why should he be in the top 15 and all that. Fine, I get it. I get hardcore fighters who've put their lives into this, but it is about money, it is about entertainment, it is about names, it is about social media, all of that now. And Jake Paul, it's not that he's got a pair of gloves on, he's getting in the ring, he's trained hard, he's won a number of fights. It's a mad one to go up to heavyweight to fight a two-time heavyweight champion of the world. It's crazy. But if Eddie thinks AJ knocks him out quickly in a round and it makes him a ton of money, and it's a massive spectacle, then sort of why not? And with Jake, I mean, it's a sort of it's a hiding to nothing. He'll say if he gets beat, it's like he shared a ring with AJ. Who'd have thought that would happen?
Yeah.
And if he pulls off the impossible with one right hand or something, then it's I mean, you just can't even think about it, can you? But look, I love what Jake Paul has done for women's boxing. Signing up the likes of Ellie Scotney, Terry Harper the other week. I think it's brilliant. He's giving I love the whole move for the last 10 years for women's boxing and longer since Katie Taylor turned pro. And I just think it's fantastic what Jake Paul's doing away from his own career. So let him have it. Would I like him to probably fight somebody else, a former world champion, then maybe fight for a cruiserweight title? Yes, but it's not about that. You and I know it's about entertainment, bums on seats, and people will watch it. I didn't like Mike Tyson against Jake Paul because he was 58 and I thought it was wrong. It was just a fight I wanted over, really, and over and healthy. This is a fight, AJ and Jake Paul. It's a mad, mad fight, but it's a fight every one of us will be at or be tuned into. So if it happens, it happens. Would I prefer to see Fury Joshua with my boxing hat on twice next year? Yes. But if it's AJ Jake Paul, bring it on.
Definitely, Adam. I'll let you go now, but thank you as always for your time.